Okay students, today we will verify the Kirchhoff's voltage law. So according to Kirchhoff's voltage law, in an electrical circuit, the algebraic sum of the voltage across a closed loop is 0. Now we have to verify this. We have got the resistant, and you already know the circuit diagram. Now to verify this law, we require external power supply that will be connected to resistor R1. R1 is connected to R2, resistor 2, and then it will be connected to negative terminal. Now across resistor R1 we will find out the voltage, that will be V1 across R1, V2 across R2, and the current flowing is measured to the ammeter. So let's start the experiment now. So this is your power supply where we are going to take the voltages. So I'll attach this red wire to the multimeter to take the current flowing, and the negative terminal of this multimeter is being connected to the resistor. Now before we go connect to this, we'll first find out the resistor R1. What is the value of R1? Now let's find out the R1 value with the help of this multimeter. To find resistance, you have to connect to the common wire, the black wire, and red wire to the voltmeter or resistor. Now here once you connect, this knob of the multimeter should be around 2 kilo ohms. Now we'll connect this to first resistor. So R1 value is 220 ohms. Write down the value here. R1 is 220 ohms, as I written on the board also. 220 ohms is written already. Now let's find out R2. So R2 is 462. It is written here in the resistor R2 is 462. After finding the resistance, now we'll connect this circuit. So as I told you, the red wire is connected to the milliammeter. The negative terminal will goes to the resistor. Now R1. So this is R1. From R1, the negative terminal from the R1 will be connected to R2. Okay. Now from R2, the negative terminal will goes towards the negative of the power source. So the power source of the negative terminal So we'll connect the negative terminal to the power source. Okay. Once you connect this circuit, as per the resistance here, R1, R2, and the here is the multimeter to measure the current. Voltmeter will connect across R1 to find the voltmeter. So we'll first start taking the readings here. I'll switch on here. Now you can see here the voltage is measured here. So we have to adjust the first reading around 9 volt. So I will adjust this part to 9 volt. Okay, now I got the 9 volt. Now the current flowing to the circuit is 2.21. You don't have to look to the other value. You look to the multimeter. It shows 2.11. So we'll wait for a minute and note down the reading here. So in the observation table, as we after connection of the circuit, the first reading I have to take at 9 volt. So this is the 9 volt. So 9 volt, and the current is going through the circuit is 21.2. Okay, sorry, in this current I have to adjust a 20 milliampere. Just wait a minute here. I have to adjust the multimeter. Okay, so here I got the multimeter reading for milliammeter is 21.2 and 9 volt is the voltage. Now I have to find out VR1, the voltage across R1 and the voltage across R2. Okay, I'll find out this value here. I'll change the knob to 20 DC volt. Okay, at the 20 DC volt I got the value of voltage across R1 is 3.09. Okay, so I'll note down this reading here. 3.09 is the voltage. Okay, now I'll come to the voltage across R2. It's showing 6.32. I will wait a minute. Okay, let the value get a constant value here. So I am getting here 6.35. Okay, it's changing now. Just a minute now. Okay, so I'll note down here 6.37. I got the value here across R2. So I have to note down the value at VR2 is 6.37. Okay, after noting this value, we want to calculate the EMF E across this circuit here. So here E is equal to VR1 plus VR2. So you will add this 3.09 plus 6.37. So you will get here 9.46. Okay, now how to calculate by theoretical value? So this calculation is by theoretical. How to calculate this? VR1, it is a, now here we want to first find out the current with the formula E is equal to, here for 9 volt we have to add R1 plus R2, that is 221 plus 462. So you will get here the value around 13.1. Now this 13.1 is I. So you have to multiply I with R1. So once you multiply 13.1 multiply by 221, you will get 2.8. Okay, now second part VR2 is again I multiply by R2. Okay, so again you have to find I value is 13.1 multiply by 462, you will get 6.05. If you add this, you will get 8.85. So you are going near to the practical value. Our value is 8.85, practical you are getting 9.46. So slight variation is there. Now let's start to take the second reading, that is up for 12 volt. Now I have to adjust this voltmeter, the input voltage should be around 12. Okay, after getting this value 12 volt, first I will measure the current. The current is around 28.6. So I will write here 28.6. Okay. Now I'll come to now already the voltmeter is connected for this. It is across R2. It is showing around 8.61. So it is 8.61. Now we'll connect to across R1. Okay. So you are getting across R1 is around 4.14. So I'll write here 4.14. Okay, I'll add this 4.14 plus 8.61. I'll get reading around 12.75. Let's go for here for practical value is 12.75. Now we'll go for theoretical value. Again here for 12 volt upon 221 plus 462, you will get around 17.5. So this I value is 17.5. Now I have to calculate this for VR1 will be 17.51 multiplied by 221 and VR2 17.5 multiplied by 462. Okay, so I am getting here VR1 is 3.86. Here I am getting 8.08. If I add this value 8.08 plus 3.86, I'll get 11.94. Again if you compare this value, this 11.94 and this practical value is 12.75, it is very close to this value. So here we have verified the Kirchhoff's voltage law. So you can note down the readings here. Okay, thank you.